what's going on YouTube. I just realized for someone who talks about conventions and cosplaying a lot, I haven't said anything about any future conventions I'm going to be going to, so I figured I'd do one of those videos real quick. Well, I'll start out with this. My Anime Central badge came in the mail yesterday, so I'm going to Anime Central. I'm going to be there all 3 days. Pretty sure I'm going to be there early in the morning that Friday, and I'm not sure I'm going to be staying there all Sunday because of school the next day, but even then I think I might take off that Monday too. I'm not quite sure. I'll probably figure it out like a week before Central happens, so keep up to date on that. But for the cosplays I'm doing Anime Central, the first day there I'm doing Kankuro, my friend Jake, because he does Gara, and since he's doing Gara, I'm like, hey, people say I kind of look like Kankuro anyway, so let me do Kankuro with you, and he's happy with that. So we doing that Friday, and then that Saturday I'm going to be doing Worobito. Not the one with, no mask or anything, just, him, he's demasked, and he's got, the Sharingan, the Rinnegan, he's got the marks on his face, or scars we're going to call them. And, the War Fan's still being made on, hopefully get a chunk of that done this weekend, weather permitted. Then on that Sunday, I'm probably going to do probably do Toby, Katsuki Cloak, the mask, I guess you call them sun hats. And, yeah, I do have an Italy cosplay. I'm kind of mad at myself not going to be doing that, since I probably had it since June, but, that's more of a casual cosplay, and Anime Central is the biggest convention in the Midwest area, so I figure I go all out and do my best cosplays and the ones I can get done before then. I mean, I can do Italy, but I still look at it as a casual cosplay and probably see 100 Italies that weekend at Anime Central. But another convention I'm like 90% sure we're going now is Anime Midwest. If you asked me a couple weeks ago, I probably would have told you I don't even know if we're going to the Midwest now, but things are looking up, so I'm like 80% sure, 90% sure we're going to the Midwest, which is kind of weird because I would have told you a few weeks ago, hey, we're not going, but we have a panel that Saturday. You should probably go to it. It's Talking Hotels, panel room 4, 6:30 to 8, I think. I have to look at the time. I know it's an hour and a half block, and we were thinking, wow, someone thinks really highly of us to give us that big of a time slot. But then I looked at what's going on during our time slot. I'm not sure if this is 100% yet because they said the slots are acceptable to changes. So it's just still a few months between then and now, so that might change. But I think the main events are still gonna stay. The main events going on are the Masquerade, the second Steam Powered Giraffe show for that weekend, and then I think voice actors having a Q&A panel. So I'm beginning to think they gave us that time slot because I think for most part that time is going to be dead for the most part since everyone's going to Masquerade and Steam Powered Giraffe, and then one of the voice actors, I know it's one of the voice actors going to be there is having a Q&A panel. So yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty dead time between that time zone. So I think that's why they gave us an hour and a half slot. But guess I'll talk about the progression for my cosplays. Kankuro, I ordered it. It hasn't arrived here yet. It just got shipped out a few days ago. It should be here in the next 2 weeks. His face paint, I'm about to look harder for better face paint. I went to our Halloween costume shop in the area, and it was like the cheap $2 purple makeup, and I don't like it at all. It doesn't mix well. It's too oily, and they give you like a little bit, probably about like a tub like this big. Doesn't look the best either. And then when I wiped it off, it left a black oily residue on my face, and I know that's not really good for makeup. So I'm probably have to look harder. Probably, if worst comes to worst, get something off the internet, have it ship it here. Then the scrolls be made by our groups I like to call Master Craftswoman Willa. She made Jake's gourd, and she did a good job with the gourd, and she hasn't shown me anything about the scrolls yet, but I trust her. She's doing a good job with it since she's done Jake's gourd, and she's made her own cosplays and all that, so I trust her fully that she's making good scrolls for me. Worobito, when I ordered it, there were some problems with like the gown. I guess you want to call it a gown or outfit or whatever. I'm getting I'm gotten those fixed today though. Uh, I could use. I know for a fact I won't be using natural hair, so I have a wig coming in. That's probably gonna be here at the end of the week. And I have the Rinnegan and the Sharingan contact, but there's a problem with that. The eye of the Sharingan is supposed to go in is this eye. There's some problems with this eye because I put it in the one time and it went straight up my at the top of my eyelid. I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I tried it again like a day later, and it's still going up there. I'm like, okay, it's not because it's dry. You know, I let it set. Let it sat there in solution. I'm like, what's going on here? Because you put it in, your eyes tearing up or whatever. So I have to take a cloth and then get the tears up. Next thing you know, it's upside my inside the top of my eyelid. I'm like, well, what's going on with that? So I checked my eyelid this morning, and I'm not sure what it is. It's either a sty or some kind of oil gland. So I know for both of them to get rid of it, you're gonna have to get some kind of eye. You have to go in and get surgery done on it, which kind of concerns me. I only have about a month left to AMA Central, and so if I probably want to have the Sharingan in that eye for Central, I have to get the eye doctor fast and probably set up an appointment to get that popped or checked out or removed or whatever. But even then, I'm not even quite sure if they're gonna tell me if I can wear contacts in that eye yet. So that's something that kind of worries me with doing Obito, since the Sharingan and the Rinnegan contacts are kind of a must for doing that cosplay. But then Toby's pretty much set to go. I just probably have to bleach my leggings, with the Katsuki cosplay, not the cosplay, the Katsuki outfit. They have the white leggings on their sandals, and mine are kind of dirty. They've been through mud and gravel and all that. They're kind of stained, so I'll probably have to bleach them, get them washed real good. So I think that's where I am for cosplay-wise, convention-wise. We might do a convention, when it comes back to the winter season. Not quite sure yet. But yeah, that's about it. Happy cosplaying.